tested the free agent market. So why now? I mean, I guess there was a chance that you could become the richest pitcher in baseball history if you did that. So why do it now and not wait for a couple more months?
It really was. It was just the way that it worked out with the past couple days. I wanted to give the Phillies every opportunity, and that was something, because it's very hard to leave a place that you've had so many great memories and have been able to enjoy so much good, and there's so much more good to come, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to not be a part of it. And I know the Phillies, the organization is always going to do a good job of going out to win, and we've got great players here. So it's you don't want to have to leave that or stray away and see them win it and you're not part of it. So it was something that came down. I understand the free agency is great. Those opportunities are the unknowing, but I really do feel this is the place that I do call home, and I want to call home for a really long time. I grew up with watching Tony Gwynn play, and he made San Diego his home for his whole entire career, and that's what I ultimately want to make here in Philadelphia.
Matt?
Ruben, what ultimately made you comfortable going 6 years, possibly 7 years for a pitcher, a deal that has never been done in this franchise's history?
I don't know if I would be comfortable, but we felt like it was the right thing to do under the circumstance with his performance, his age, the importance on our club, and in some ways, our goal is to try to continue to be a championship caliber team for now and for the future. And so I think, as I said before, and I've said it publicly several times, I think we have a much better chance with Cole in our rotation and as a major part of our club than without him.
Rob?
Cole, 2 years ago, Cliff turned down more money to come here. Do you feel that you passed up an opportunity to make more money, and do you feel like he did at the time that at some point enough millions is enough?
When I played this game, and especially I was on the phone with my dad a couple days ago, it's something where, I mentioned to him, I never imagined I would ever be in this position ever. And, I love this game so much. You just want to go out and play and enjoy it, and you want to play for a reason. And the reason is to win World Series, to play in front of sellout crowds, to play in front of a supposed Philly nation of fans everywhere that are showing up on the road, that are cheering you on. That's the reasons we play this game, and we want to play it for as long as we possibly can until they take the ball out of our hand and tell us we can't. Money's never been the issue of the reason why I get on that mound every day and try to win ball games. I know it just comes with it, but ultimately, I play because I do. I purely enjoy the game, and I want to win, and this is, I really do feel, the best opportunity to win a championship again.
You would have played for free?
I got to pay bills.
Now all of a sudden very uncomfortable.
No, I learned in economics there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Howard?
Cole, Roy had just said, probably about 15 minutes ago, that he and Cliff twisted your arm and talked to you and did all those things. So how much of it was that, and how much was when you got to the number that you and your representatives thought you had to get to? And Ruben, for you, why did it take this darn long to get to this number?
Having Dodd and Cliff, I mean, they're a big part of why I want to be here. I mean, to be with two of the best pitchers in baseball, and to be able to go out there and have that that confidence that you're playing with guys that are the most talented pitchers in baseball. You can learn a lot from them. You can also feed off them. And I think that's kind of what we're able to do, all three of us, is we can feed off each other. And when we get rolling, it's, I feel like we have the confidence that nobody can stop us.
Nothing to do with the number.
Oh, I think it's a good question for my agent. My representative's pretty good at that.
That's a good question for John. You can handle that portion of mine, too.
Oh, you're not going to answer that?
No. We don't discuss our negotiations.
Jim?
Hey, Cole. Just you started talking about it a little bit already, but maybe a couple of the other intangibles you talked about winning, best chance to win, but maybe some of the things like with your foundation or other reasons why you want to keep your roots here and keep building on what you've already started. You just mentioned a couple other intangibles.
No, it is. I mean, first and foremost, you want to be in a city that, wants you to be here, wants you to play, wants to win. And ultimately, the reason that's why we started our foundation here in Philadelphia was to give back to the people that accepted us and took us in. We really feel like we've done a lot in the community, and there's so much more that we want to get our message out and to everybody in Philly. And I think this really allows us to really accomplish what we initially set out in the very beginning. I think we can reach a lot more children, teachers, parents of the mission that we have in trying to give education as the answer to a lot of the problems that we have. And it's going to I think it's going to really help us out. And, it's just it is. It's ultimately we've been here, we've lived here for a number of years, and we're happy to live here for numerous more years.
Kevin?
Ruben, two-part question here. One, you'll have 3 pitchers next year. Starting pitchers, they'll be combined around $70 million. Are you comfortable you have financial flexibility, or do you think you may have to make another move? And 2, how does the end of these negotiations impact whatever trade decisions you may make, leading up to the deadline?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the pitcher's salaries are concerned, I mean, when you retain, some of the best pitchers in the game, they're going to be costly. I mean, it's really kind of my job to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's not, we don't have like an open wallet. That's just not how it works. This is not how any business would work. It's my job to try to put the right pieces together in the right fashion. We have a lot of decisions to make, but the one thing that is clear is that we're committed to winning. We're committed to bringing in another championship if we can do that, and we're committed to trying to continue to improve, whether it be during the course of this deadline, whether it be beyond that, and whether it be in the off season. Our job in the front office is to try to do what we can to improve the club. Money is not necessarily the deciding factor on being a contending club. It helps. There's no question about it. And we've been given a tremendous amount of leeway. Our partnership group has been extraordinarily supportive of that. But it's also our job to try to put the right pieces together, and hopefully we can do a good job of doing just that.
Sam?
Yeah, to go back to the conversations with the two other big pitchers on this staff call, was it jovial? Was it serious? And was it always you approaching them, or did like Cliff? We all know he's kind of a wise guy. And was it you approaching them and saying, "What do you think," or was it them kind of giving you the prod a little bit?
I think it was more them always prodding me for the information. That's the way that I've always been is I've kind of kept always negotiations to myself, because it's one of those things when they get done, then everybody will know. So I know Doc always had questions and desires, not as much as Cliff, but when you have a locker next to Cliff and you see Cliff 24/7, and I guess it must be the connection we have with being left-handed. It is, but just to have those two guys that I know that I'm gonna be able to pitch with, it's pretty exciting, and I hope they feel the same way.